Weekend nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry icy's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Ash Man Jeff Turnipole, and as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Spring is right around the corner. You might have leaves left over from the fall that you want to get cleaned out. You might have projects that you want to do, not sure how to do them, with some ideas, or hell, if you just want to get your grass cut, get Priority Lawn and Landscape a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. What is up to everybody in the chat? We got Stranger in there, Brad's in there, Paul Painter's in there, Tony Blazin, Robert's in there. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. All right, news of the day. First of all, Alex Kappa got cut, which we all thought was going to happen. And then T got tagged. He got tagged about a day early. Getting tagged a little early is a little surprising, but it's also, I look at it this way, that he's got a new agent, and they haven't really got to talk to him until the end of the season. Now, I know they talked to the agent before about Jamar, but talking to him about T is different. So maybe it's like starting over from scratch. Maybe they're like, you know what? Let's just get Jamar done. We'll go ahead and tag T, and we got till July 15th, to get it done. So I still believe they're going to get T tagged. Either way, Jamar Chase and Tee Higgins are going to be Bengals. That's the bottom line. I think you guys should be happy about that. We got the NFL Combine. We're just coming off of that. We got my boy Parker Blake. He's going to be on the show along with Bengals captain. And let's see what they think about what happened to the Combine. T's, what's going on with T? All that cool stuff. Also, my Bearcats, which, I didn't really think they were going to beat Houston. They lost 73-64. I didn't actually watch the game, to be honest, because I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I did a video on the channel. You guys can check it out. I was actually up in Cap's neighborhood. I was up in Columbus this past weekend at the Horseshoe, freezing my ass off at the top of the place, watching the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Detroit Red Wings. That is one of the coolest venues and events I've ever been a part of. It was so awesome watching the hockey game go on. And the cool thing is they had mics on the ice. So when I was all the way up top where I was at, you could still hear the clattering of the stick and the puck and them skating and them talking and everything. It felt like you were right there at the ice. And it was awesome. The Blue Jackets won. They did a great job. So if you guys ever get a chance to go watch an outdoor game, I highly recommend it. It was a blast. Also got to see my boy Audie Elmore at the Cyclones game. So I saw a lot of hockey this weekend. Anyway, let's get to this thing. Bring in my co-host for today before we get to the man. But we have the Bengals co-fan of the year, Bengals captain. What's up, Cap?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I lost my window. There we are. There we are.
All right, you find
Hey,
it?
I got a quick question. It's an important one.
What?
I want to cover this logo up.
Which logo?
It hold on. There it is. There it is. There it is. This logo. This guy right here.
Yeah.
Do I go with a smiling tiger?
Yeah.
Or do I go with the tiger beehole?
Oh, a tiger beehole for sure. You're asking me. I'm gonna go weird.
Okay. Beehole it is. Now that's out of the way. The important stuff's out of the way. Who dey?
All right, thank God. Let's get to one of the best guys to follow on Twitter for offensive line anything. He's our friend, Parker Blair. What's going on, Parker?
Hey man, how's it going, fellas?
Good, brother. Good. I need to get a new picture of you. You got the flow going. I got an old picture of you up there. I got to work on that. So, all right, real quick, guys. I'll just get this out of the way. What were any of you surprised that T got tagged, or what do you guys think this means? Parker, while Cap does that, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, no, I think I'm not really surprised by the tag. I don't know if it was necessarily 100% expected, but I think we knew something would go into effect before we got to, decision-making time as far as him being controlled or not. So, I mean, he's under control, so that's good to know. And then now it's just working out the details on an extension. So hopefully he's not playing for that amount this season, but we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Cap, what's your thoughts real quick?
Parker Blake looks like Thor. He
does.
looks like freaking Thor.
He just looks like a badass with all the hair.
I'm jealous.
Beard. He's just a manly man right there. It's just all beefcake.
Like he's gonna split my firewood and steal my wife and shit.
He might.
Hey, you're the one that has the nice lumberjack beard, man. You got the beard going. I can't grow an impressive beard.
I'll trade you the beard for the hair, bro.
Deal.
I knew T was gonna get tagged. I mean, so it's smart. I just hope once again they are communicating the right way. Like, hey T, we love you. We're tagging you to get the deal done. So everybody knows, no one's going to freak out. We're not going to have some weird media people crying and complaining and trying to start drama.
Hopefully not, but probably we will. And the other news today, Kappa got released, so that freed up some more money. Again, something we expected to happen. I'm kind of surprised, or not surprised, but wondering why they're waiting on other guys that we all think they're going to cut. If there's other news, or are they going to keep these guys? I'm okay with Sam Hubbard coming back. I'd love to see him come back, but at a lower price. Zach Moss, I don't know if he's going to get an injury settlement with his neck. Pratt's already said he wants to get traded, so are they actually trying to trade him? What you guys' thoughts with the rest of the guys that they could cut? Go ahead, Parker.
Yeah, no, they got the two that I felt like were the sure things out of the way early. Obviously, get them done. No reason to let them just hang around. I think everyone that they haven't moved on to at this point, they're either trying to work something out or they're trying to find compensation for. I don't think it's a matter of them really struggling on if they're going to do it or not. It's just if they're able to get anything back, they want to try and maximize the value they can receive for their guys if they're going to cut them. I mean, we saw it with Joe Mixon. They cut Joe Mixon and then they rescinded it and then ended up getting the trade. So I think it's all about they're just trying to shop value. Really, I mean, the combine and the Senior Bowls when those whispers start going. So I think we'll see some action go for sure. I just don't know when. It could be a while. Maybe certain guys that are up, make decisions for themselves, and that makes things easier moving forward. But we'll see.
Yeah, Cap, what do you got?
Don't count Sam Hubbard out yet.
I don't think back. Bring it back at a lower price, though. That's the only thing. We'll see.
Hey, if he's completely healthy and he has the best year ever, the price tag's going to be fine. I don't think that price tag difference is not going to make or break anything that we do. So I saw the rumors because Mike Hilton, and again, man, I've had arguments about this with people on Twitter. Don't read into player stuff. Sometimes they can comment directly about a situation. A lot of times it's a damn song. A lot of times they're talking to their friends.
A lot of times it's a blue cap, for some reason.
I mean, and then people are, trying to make fun of me. Hey, all right, fine. You might be right 1 out of 1,000 times, but you know what? I've spoken to Joe Mixon about it. He used to laugh. He enjoyed messing with people. So, hey, but if I really hope, I think Mike Mitchell's got plenty in the tank. I hope we don't cut him because injuries happen. We were starting to get real thin on the secondary, and so I don't know. I would not be surprised to see everybody back at this point. The Pratt situation is unfortunate, but I think he could be happy to play.
Well, to me, just reading tea leaves of the Pratt thing, I think that they wanted to do the same thing they did with Mixon. They're trying to get him at a lower price, and he didn't want to. That's what I think. That's why he said he wants to trade, because if he's traded, then he keeps his money. He keeps his money. If he's cut, then he doesn't. He gets a lot less. So that's where I think the thing with Pratt is, which I have no inside knowledge. That's just me.
I haven't heard anything about the contract, but I do know he loved Lou. I mean, a lot of guys love Lou.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I love Lou.
Yeah, still do.
Yeah, I mean,
good. Wish him the best of luck. Sometimes
just not when he plays the Bengals.
The perfect example is the transition from Joe Mixon to
Chase Brown.
Yes, I was wanting to say Chris Evans.
Oh.
Like, for some reason that name popped in, which everybody forgot.
You had this blank look at your head, like
that was not my internet. That was my brain just screeching to a halt. Like, you could hear it. The hamster just kind of keeled over, fell off. But no, yeah, Chase. Hey, no disrespect to anybody. Everybody won. Everybody won in that scenario. I miss Mixon because I liked Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
But Chase did great. So it can happen with a coach. It can happen with a whole bunch of stuff. So it does. It happens.
One thing, I can't remember who I retweeted it. Somebody from ESPN, one of the girls. I can't remember who it was, but she said that the Bengals did make an offer to Jamar Chase, and they are pretty far apart, according to her. What that is, I don't know. Which, I mean,
what was that? Rossini?
Yes, that's who it was.
Yeah. She's been wildly wrong before about the Bengals. So
hope she is.
There's no way that we were almost done. We were this close last year, and now suddenly we are far.
He did go out and have one of the best seasons ever. So I mean that could add some more.
Oh, the price tag went up.
Yeah. So that could have something. I don't know. Either way, like I said, I think they're going to get both of them done. I don't know. I think they're going to get Trey done. Gesicki, I don't know, because there's also some talk about Michael Mayer, former Newport Cubcalf guy and Notre Dame tight end, wanted to be traded. And that was a guy that I wanted them to draft out of Notre Dame, but he hasn't really done all that well in the NFL. Parker, what's your? I throw it to you since tight end is on the offensive line. It's kind of your realm. What is your thoughts on if the Bengals could or should trade for Michael Mayer?
I mean, I wouldn't trade for Michael Mayer. I don't know what. I mean, I know they liked him when he was coming out, and I just worry about the comp. Like, what are you sending for Michael Mayer? I don't know what he's worth right now. I mean, it's what, year 3 he's going into,
and we only got 6 picks.
Like, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what player you're going to send that is going to be enough. I don't know if you want to send any draft capital, and then again, I don't really know if they're going to be confident in what they're getting back in a Michael Mayer. I don't know what he's going to be able to do for this team right now. I'd rather, go make a splash re-signing or a signing in that room, or go get another rookie they can bring in that actually, you've done your research on, maybe fits a little bit better than a Mayer might. I think they've gone a certain direction with the tight ends they've built the room around right now. I think a Mayer would be a little redundant in the current room.
There you go. All right, so let's get into this offensive line here, since we got the man here, Parker here. So the Bengals cut Kappa. What is your gut reaction to what do you think they're going to do? Are they going to address this in the draft? Because I think they would like to get 2 guards is what I think they would like to get. I can see them signing one and drafting one, but I can also see them signing 2 of them. But you weren't so high on some of the free agents in the free agency there for guards.
Yeah, no, I think that's my biggest worry right now is you're going to let Kappa go, which is a fine move, like I said earlier. But I think, when you look at the free agent market, are they going to be willing to go pay something similar for a guy that's realistically going to be an upgrade, or are they going to go pay something similar for a guy that they might get limited snaps out of? The production might be unknown. You can't really afford to go draft to this year, though you might like to do that with only 6 picks. So it's just kind of a weird spot. My gut tells me, I would say you would try to bring in 3 interior guys this year some way, somehow. I just don't know how that math works out when you're trying to do, stuff on the defensive line too. And that's where, I was talking a couple of years ago about how you kind of needed to get this thing in gear and get this turnover going. And now they finally seems like they're leaning into it, but it's a little too late now. It's struggling with resources.
Like we said off the air, it'd be nice to not have to talk about offensive line the whole time, every offseason, or getting contracts signed. So what's your thoughts just on the offensive line in this draft in general? Because I've said that just talking to different draft experts, where they've told me that after the first round, the talent kind of drops off for guys that you could potentially plug and play. With that thought in my head, I'm like, well, if one of these really good guards or tackles that could be a guard are there at 17, well, maybe you might think about drafting that, because there's more D-line trenches guys in the second, third round that you might be able to get. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, the talent's always going to drop off outside of the first round. However, I think in this class, when you're looking at a class with a maximum of like maybe 17 true first round guys, you have a pretty large group of these kind of day 2 grades where you can kind of sort through a lot of these guys. I think there's a lot of value to be had on day 2 in general through the second and third round. As far as offensive line talent goes, they only have the 2 top 50, top 60 picks really. Right, maybe top 75. I'm trying to remember where that third rounder landed, but you got to really try and maximize on those. But I think once you get outside of that top 50, top 60, top 75, I think you start swinging on your guys, start taking guys that you're willing to bring in and develop. And like I've always said, you want to address needs in free agency. Like if you really have a bunch of severe needs, you should go bring in free agents to at least plug gaps, and then you can go hit the draft and bring in guys that can compete for those, whether it's the same spots or you're filling other spots for the future. You want to be in a good spot coming out of free agency where you can bring in some quality talent in the draft that you can work with for the long term. You don't want to be trying to address needs in the draft. And I think that's where people, when again, they're looking for plug and play guys. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know how many guys, you're a free agent for a reason, and then you got rookies coming out of the draft. I don't know how many of anybody in that bucket is going to be plug and play for anyone, but you also, if you look at your guard room right now, post Kappa, as excited as everyone might be for that move, what do you realistically have there right now?
Right. So, that was the thing with me, and that's a whole thing too. Which real quick here, Paul. Yes, rip for RIP for Greg Horde. Greg Horde was one of my favorite sports guys here. Prayers to his family. He passed away today. If you guys haven't heard, so keep the Horde family in your thoughts and prayers for sure. But I go back to the same, just what you're saying about the guards, which right now Kappa's gone. It's like you got Cordell Volson and who else? who else do we have a guard right now in that room? It's not very big. I kind of say the same thing with linebackers. Everyone wants to hurry up and get rid of Pratt. Okay, you get rid of Pratt, then you got Logan Wilson. It's a big gap. So that's where that scares me. And I agree with what you said. Bring guys in, because you always want to just draft best player available. But unfortunately, they've swung and missed on these draft picks so much the last couple of years. They're going to have to draft for need. No matter how much they bring guys in, they're going to have to draft for need, I think. And we saw that with McKinley Jackson last year when they kind of, in some people's eyes, they drafted him higher than they should have won. But I think McKinley Jackson did actually a pretty good job. This is just from the Bengals not doing so great in the draft last couple of years. It's bit them in the ass, but it's also give them enough money to go sign our guys. So it's kind of helped us and hurt us at the same time. So put it this way, at 17, if there's an offensive lineman, put it this way, what offensive lineman would you want to draft at 17 that you've looked at from the combine and everything?
If you're looking at an offensive lineman, especially to fit the Bengals and what they need, I think Armin Membu out of Missouri is the best. One of my favorite offensive linemen in this class, because he grades out really well on film, on tape. He tested well, and he's just a multi-positional flex guy. I think he can fit a multitude of spots across the offensive line. I mean, you're looking for guards on both sides. You have a guy that could potentially be a flex tackle for you. You know, if you have to use a Cody Ford, or if Cody Ford ends up being a starter for you. I mean, you have at that point then 2 guards that can flex out to tackle if you need to. And I just think that'd be a really good fit for just the stage that their room's in right now. And I don't think it's a reach at 17, though. I think some people might, but I think he's going to be a really good talent just in a weaker offensive line class.
Right now, my boy Natty Ron here brought up a good point. And I wish I could remember the guy's name, but he's the guard for University of Cincinnati, and I don't think he set the record, but he did the most reps on the bench press at the combine.
Yeah, Luke
35.
Kandra had like 30, 33 or something like that,
Yes.
35.
Where do you have him ranked in all this?
I mean, Luke's going to be a day 3 guy for sure. I have him a little more late day 3 PFA range. His game is just not that impressive. He's got a lot of technical issues. It'd be nice to keep the UC guy, I'm sure, but I think when you have a draft where you don't even have a 7th rounder, you only have 6 picks, you're not really hoping to bring in a developmental guy like Kandra just to fill a room. I think you have a lot better options in that range than him. I think if he's available as a UDFA, go grab him, bring him into camp, see what can happen. But I wouldn't draft him for the Bengals personally.
Now, somebody else, Natty, right here is going to know what's your thoughts on Matt Lee? How has he developed?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun seeing him work in as the 6th man, the jumbo guy. I didn't like I said last offseason, I didn't love what I saw from him in the offseason. I think the game film was good and it looked impressive, but just kind of some of the more technical stuff through it, the camp footage and what you're able to see, pre-game and whatnot. He still has a way to go, but I think that's why they were comfortable extending Karras. Hopefully they can just try and limit that transition, but it does feel like that's the direction they want to go unless they're planning on bringing in a higher level center or another free agent. But it feels like they're hoping to have Matt Lee be the successor, and they just wanted to give him a little bit longer runway, which I'm all for. So
yeah, exactly. And that's where I've said this last couple of years, they got to get some of this money off this offensive line, which, I mean, I'm not saying don't spend any money on the offensive line. I'm saying draft guys that you can eventually either are plug and play guys, or you can eventually, put them in there, because we can't keep going out there every year and trying to sign, big name free agents. It's just isn't going to work. Hey, Brad, I don't know if you addressed this yet or not, but which free agents should the Bengals target first, in your opinion?
I mean, they should target their own free agents first.
All right, I agree with that. Outside of that, we all know that.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Tevin Jenkins. I know Will Fry's been on a lot of people's minds. I personally want to get
that's who I was talking about. I had Brown. Tevin
out of
Jenkins,
the Bears.
yes. Yes, that's who I was talking about. Off air.
Sorry. Yeah, him and Fry's I think are the most exciting ones, but they're the more expensive ones. I mean, I was in on Becton last year. I don't know what happened with that. I'm not inside the building, so I'm still going to be back in on that one. I think he had a half decent season, I hear. And then I know Osa got tagged, but going and getting some of these lower rated guys like a Jaron Reed, a Poona Ford, a Tershawn Ward, I mean, those just be fun adds to the defensive line room.
Cap, you got anything to contribute, or you just want to sit there and look pretty?
Pretty hoot. No, I'm reading about Armand. I appreciate the tip, because I surprisingly, it's the first year I could not watch a single second of combine.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the least amount I watched because I just wasn't home. It's
been crazy, but man, but he's not going to last to us, right?
I don't know. I think he'd slide into the late teens personally. I think these O linemen are going to slide. And I think people are going to get a little eager for some of these skill guys. They're going to jump up for some of these DBs. I think you could get 3 quarterbacks in the top 16 picks, but I think there's also a lot of smoke going that way just to see if they can get any teams to bite. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how these first 16 picks go.
That's what I'm hoping.
Go a run for skill positions, and then somehow.
That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. You get a run for all these skill positions. Which
you want more quarterbacks. You want to push all the quarterback hype you can out into the world, guys.
Exactly.
At 982 Raz.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I hate saying the skill position because, I mean, offensive and defensive linemen are skilled positions too, but I mean the offense guys. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping, that all those guys go up first, and then we'll have a better pick between 17 and 49 of what we want to get. In your dream scenario, Parker, what would your dream scenario be for 17 and 49?
Man, like I said, I'm all for turning over both these lines. I'd like to get some defensive line talent personally. I think there's some really, really high end interior talent that I think will still be available at 17. Like if you can get a Kenneth Grant at 17, I'll be elated personally. And then coming into 49, you want to look again some of these offensive linemen, some of these edge players. That's where I'd go. I think you can get some really high like value for their pick. Perimeter players later in the draft. So I'd go trenches in the first couple picks. I don't care which side. Personally, again, I think I'm defensive interior in the first, and then you go O-line, so interior offensive line or edge in the second. And I think, after coming off a good free agency, you bang out those 2 picks and you move on. I think you're feeling pretty good.
They need to hit on the first 3. Like I said, I'm with you. I don't care. I just want either interior defense line or offense line. We need to get an interior guy. We need to get an edge, and we got to get at least a guard or 2, because we got to hit on them. That's the thing. They've got to get this right this year. We can't.
I think one of the things I really want to see them try and work if they're not able to get more picks in this class is they need to find a way to turn that 81 into a top 75 pick, because having 2 picks in the top 50 and then that's really all you have in all of the top 75. And then you really only have 3 top 100 picks. Like I know it's a limited pick count, which is already kind of an issue, but where you're at in the order, I mean, you're just not getting good value picks. You're kind of at the back end of all these, kind of where the tiers fall off in this class. They need to try and capitalize on more top 75 selections, in my opinion. That's my biggest concern right now.
Yeah, which is they don't trade up. What was the last time the Bengals traded up? I mean, hey, which that might be what you do with Pratt. Maybe you package Pratt in one of those picks and move up. Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
They'll start a fight, Jeff, because we've traded up a couple times. We've traded up.
Not lately. When was the last time we traded up?
Name some players and define lately. I think that's been a sore spot
last
with people
5 years.
And the Bengals trading up.
Maybe we have. Maybe I don't remember. I mean,
we traded up for Drew Sample.
Okay. Oh, we did do that. That was a while ago. We did do that. That's gonna be.
Did they trade up or back for Cam? Was that back?
For
CTB?
Actually, I want to say they traded up for him.
I thought it was up. Yeah.
Actually, I think you're right. I think they did. They did trade up.
I know that was a trade. I just don't remember which way.
Yeah, I don't either. I think they did trade up for him. Now I'm saying that, but maybe I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat will let me know. But yeah, I mean,
I'm looking it up too. I can't remember.
Okay. Stranger said Cam was up five spots. There you go. So yeah, we did trade up for him. So there you go.
Which that was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, he's going to bounce back this year. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love it.
All right, we traded up more than I thought we have lately. I'll put it to that way. We need to do. I mean, so basically, what Park said, we need to do it again. Because with only having 6 picks, we need to be more quality picks because we got to hit on them.
Exactly.
That's
Parker. Tell me about Walter Nolan.
Is he going to be on the board? You tell me.
What, dude? All right. Last week, somebody came on here and said, "Oh, it's already going to be Walter Nolan at 17." I'm like, it is. Is he going to be there? I hope he is. I don't know.
I mean, I think he'll be available at 17. I just don't know if there's going to be interest from your favorite team at 17, but we'll see.
Everybody keeps mocking him there.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people do. I keep seeing him or Grant. Go ahead. Okay.
Why do you think there wouldn't be interest?
I just feel like he's one of the 3 guys, like the highlight character concern guys in this class. It's like him, Pierce, and Green. So.
And that's what Christian said here. Said if they can't get Pierce, Green, Nolan, or Harmon at 17, trade down and get extra picks. There's a good chance one of those 3 is going to be there, I think. Don't you think so, Parker?
At 17, for sure. I think Harmon's a 2nd-round guy, personally. I think Nolan's probably going to be the popular mock at 17, but I think he probably slides into the 20s. I think the Bengals pass on him.
Green's going to be higher. Green's going to be higher.
Pierce is the interesting one. Green's going to go to the NFC South is where Green's going to go. He's going to be in Carolina or New Orleans.
Yeah, I would like to get him, but I think he'll be gone.
So I'm reading this worrisome feedback regarding character for Nolan, which goes back to his high school days.
Yeah,
which that reminds me of Jackson Carman.
Yeah,
and we ignored. I don't know that we even knew But to hear what I heard about his high school days, Carmen, that would have been a no-go from the start. So I don't know what the details are, but yeah, just reading that sentence, I'm like, no.
I mean, from what I've heard, I mean, I think Green's closer to Carmen's situation, where I think Nolan's more. It's a lot of attitude issues and like the coachability concerns, like a lot of the personality stuff.
I don't like that. I don't want coachability of issues. Like we can't deal with
same
that.
thing. Pierce is supposed to be the worst of the bunch as far as coachability and how he's gotten into it apparently, but people say it's the environment. But again, those are the three where it's like when you talk like character concerns in this class, it's those three that come up pretty often. I mean, outside of like Kyron, Lacey, and
just get Kenneth Brown for that team up north. Let's just take him there.
Kenneth Grant, man, that's my man.
Kenneth Grant. So how did he do? How did he do in the combine?
He didn't test.
Oh, he didn't test?
So no, surprising. Yeah,
because I missed it. I wanted to see the defensive lineman, but that was Friday night, and I went to the Cyclones game, so I didn't get to watch it. I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't get to watch him, or he went on there.
There's a few guys I was super excited to see that just didn't go. So
yeah, Nolan didn't test either. He was there and he didn't test. I know that. Yeah. But where's Kenneth? Is he moving up, or is he up staying about where he's at?
I think he's gonna. I mean, like I said, I think his range is like that 15 to 25 kind of block. Mm-hmm. I don't think he gets out of there, but I think he for sure lands into it. And so being kind of the top end of that, some people might call it a reach on Grant, but I think once he gets through his pro day and gets some numbers out there, if he does, I'm sure he will at some point because he tested like a freak in the spring.
Yeah.
I think, that'll probably bump his stock a little bit, but I think that's where he ends up going. And I think they'd be a great fit for the Bengals. You can get Jenkins and Grant. I think that'd be a great duo in the middle for quite some time.
Yeah, I say we get the teammates back together. We need to see who could do the what was the thing that Chris Jenkins did with the dumbbell? What'd they call that? Where he picked it up from the ground and remember that big video he did last year?
Dumbbell.
Yeah, you guys saw it was
the Turkish get up.
There you go. Yes.
Get up.
Oh, yeah, okay. That. Yeah, we gotta see who does it better.
Bet you're impressed that I knew that.
I'm very impressed you knew that because I couldn't think of the damn name of it.
It's a fun little workout to do. Like if you need a good gym day,
that would rip my shoulder blade out.
Yeah, I think other stuff's gonna fall apart before your shoulders do.
My nuts to be on the ground. Yeah, there's no way I can do that.
It's like I used to think burpees were hell, and oh man.
All right, Dustin here says, I think we trade back and get Pierce because of the character concerns.
I think Pierce is off the board for the Bengals, like for sure.
I just don't want.
I don't have any inside info, but like from the guys I've talked to, like outside of the team, like there's no way. I just don't want to care.
We dealt with that with Burton last year. I don't want any of that stuff. Which I mean, you might. Have to? Well, I don't know.
Knocking on wood. Okay. There is no way that we accidentally grab another set of issues like that. I'm just saying, like, that's a unique set of issues with Burton. Yeah. I hope he turns it around, but holy cow. That is you're gonna find a lot of guys who maybe don't care about football as much before you'll ever find another guy with that specific set of whatever's going on.
I'm
rooting for him.
I'm rooting for him. I've met him. He was a great kid. I met him at Newport 11. He was awesome, dude. He stayed there and signed everybody's autograph. He was cool as hell. He lied to me and told me he'd come on the show, and he hasn't done that yet. But I get told that a lot, so that's okay. But I'm actually rooting for the kid because not just because I think he can help the team, which I do think he help the team. He gets his act together. Just as a human being, I hope he gets his act together and can get things straightened out there. Hunter here says, "Give me Campbell or give me Green or give me death." Oh no, sorry, I had that part. What's your thoughts on? I think you already. Did you talk about? I didn't talk about Green. Did you talk about Campbell there?
Hey, we got to specify Campbells. I keep bringing this up. There's 2 first-round Campbells in this class.
Campbell,
you got to be specific. This is Jihad Campbell that he's talking about, the linebacker. He's a better off-ball linebacker than edge if you're looking to compare them as edge players. If you're talking about Jihad, at least. I'm low on Mike Green. I love Jihad Campbell as an off-ball linebacker. So, I mean, I think they're both fun fits. I think they're both weird picks in the first round.
Do you guys think we touch linebacker? I mean, in this draft?
I've been saying since September they need to, so I hope so.
I hope that I have no clue. I hope because
you have no clue.
because the draft every year, and so I look at it as an outsider and a big fan of data, but I do different stuff with data, in my day to day. So looking outside in and not getting too heavily involved, letting guys like Parker Blake talk about draft and watch film, stuff like that. I see a lot of randomness that I can't control and drives me nuts. So I don't jump in because, like he said, there's going to be a weird run, maybe 3 picks prior that breaks in our favor or completely blows everything up. And unfortunately, please, football God, send us some luck this year because I feel like it always breaks where we are just the guy right before, the perfect guy right before the pick before, and he's gone.
Well, the center that the Lions took, that was Ragnow. That was like 2 or 3 spots for us. Yeah, that was one that we were in draft. We didn't get him.
And then we maybe reach, no offense, but a lot of people were upset, and of course that didn't work out. And I hope we don't reach. I hope we get the best. Like
the thing is, we shouldn't. I don't think there's too much talent in this draft for us.
But Parker's right. I mean, there's some needs.
There's a lot.
It's like if we could just get lucky that we have the best combo of best player available and need.
Yeah, that's what I got.
At least for the first 3 rounds.
Exactly. All right, Mark Young here. Do you think Will Campbell gets drafted as tackle or guard, given the arm length? Saw your tweet, Parker.
I mean, they'll definitely call tackle on the podium, but I think I just think he's a better guard. I don't think he's a great tackle. I don't think he's going to translate as a good tackle. I think they just throw him inside, let him succeed there. I think there's a lot of guys that just project like the short arm length guys inside, and it is what it is. But I think Campbell's limitations that worry me with him as a tackle are all lower half stuff. So I think you can hide a lot of that inside. So bump him to guard, cover up some of those flaws, and maybe he can work back out to tackle. But I mean, I think he's a funny fit. Like just talking about like the Cincinnati situation. I talked to a lot of Seahawks fans this offseason. But he's a great fit for a team like that where you have an immediate need on the interior, but potentially a future need at tackle. I think Will Campbell's a great fit where you can come in, kind of slot him at guard, let him catch up to the speed of the league for a year or two, and then bump him back out to tackle once he's kind of settled in and see if he can work out there. But I think he's a guard day one.
Where do you got him? Where you got him ranked at? What like
a lot lower than I probably should.
So is he definite second round for you?
Yeah, he's a day 2 guy for me. But
there you go.
There's a lot of those in this class, so don't take that personal.
My boy Dustin Croft here. I think the defense needs more gutted than we think. That was back-to-back years of the bottom performance. Almost everyone is replaceable. Yeah, everyone's replaceable, but they can't replace everybody. We won't have anybody. So I kind of agree with you, but yeah, we need to.
I mean, you got to think we played some teams well when we were healthy, and when they simplified things for some of the players near the end, we did get better. So I feel like I wouldn't say my feelings. We don't need to gut it. We definitely need some really good decisions on who is where, and we need a little bit of help. But then I think it's going to be more coaching.
What I keep saying is this, and I'll ask you. Cap knows this, but Parker, I'll ask your opinion on this. I said this during the season. If we get more consistent pressure on the quarterback, because everybody keeps going cornerback. If you get more consistent pressure on the quarterback, that's going to make your secondary better. That's where I'm like, I don't know if.
But look at how many corners we had hurt.
Right, but my point. My point is though,
Cam,
I don't know if we have to get a corner. I don't think necessarily we have to get a corner because these guys are coming back healthy, and if we can get pressure, that's going to help them.
Hey, Dax Hill was playing great. DJ Turner was playing great. I mean, we've got, and I'm telling you, I promise you, Cam Taylor-Britt is going to have a great year this year.
I think he's going to too. Parker, what
So
do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I've always been a big advocate of you build your football team from the inside out. And I think, a lot of it's funny because the premium positions, quarterback, receiver, edge, corner. But I think really, interior defensive, interior offensive line, you build those improve your edge players, whether it's tackles or defensive edge and ends. Wow. Then you improve that position, that improves your linebacker play. You improve your linebacker play, your front seven play. You're going to improve your back five. And it all builds on top of each other. But I think some fans at least try to build from the outside in. And
Yeah.
as we've seen as Bengals fans, it just doesn't work. When the inside of your defensive line is porous, your linebacker plays spotty, you have issues. Your inside of your offensive line's porous, your running back plays spotty, you have issues. I think, just start from the inside, build from the inside out. You already have a lot of good perimeter pieces in place, whether it's young guys on defense or stars on the offense. Keep those in place as long as you can. Just get back to your roots and build from the inside out and kind of restart this a little bit.
So what's your thoughts on the cornerback room in general? I don't think is as bad as people think it is. I'm with Cap. I think Cam Taylor-Britt's going to come back and have bounce back year. I think Dax Hill, Bengals and Brewers, I listened to them earlier there, which this could happen. They're talking about that with Mike Hilton possibly leaving, that Dax could move in on the inside. But I think they're going to keep Dax on the outside. I think he proved he can play the outside. I think you got him on the outside, CTB on the outside, and they're the inside. That's what I don't know who they might move in there. I would like to get Hilton.
Yeah, Dejon and Josh.
Dejon Anthony. I can get him in there.
Hunter Morris, Newton Flash too. Don't forget about Fig.
I thought Fig played very good for being thrown in there like he was. But Parker, what's your thoughts on the cornerback room in general, the way it is right now?
Yeah, I've been a fan of how they've built it out. I've said it for a couple of years now, where they have a lot of high-end athleticism in that room. They have a lot of youth in that room. It's just they got to get it out there and they got to see what they have. Like I don't really know if you can really gauge like some of the depth. I mean, you have a guy like Tyson Anderson who looks like he should have a really great ceiling, but just hasn't been able to find the field. You have guys like DJ Ivy, who's shown really good flashes, but then gets hurt. And it's just like Cap said. I mean, you have a lot of really fun pieces, in my opinion, that I've been really excited to see get out there. But getting them on the field is another story, and then keeping them on the fields and even another story on top of that. So it's been a little tumultuous, but I don't think it's really a coaching thing or a player thing or a scheme thing. But it's just been a struggle that they've had because they can't keep guys healthy and they can't keep guys on the field. So
yeah, I think this cornerback room is a lot better than it was, and they can't. Of course, they can. But the chance of getting injured in one room, as much as they did last year, back-to-back years, is very unlikely, to be honest. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying, I'm knocking on wood. I hope it doesn't happen. But the chances of one room getting, you had, and Cam Taylor-Britt having that bad of a year again, because he did come back around. I think he's going to bounce back. Yeah. Who got hurt? Ivy got hurt. Dax Hill got hurt. Turner got hurt. That's what 3 out of our 6 guys got hurt. So, I mean, that
wiped out.
Yeah, that's mostly should not happen again. I'll put that. I'm saying it's not going to, but it shouldn't happen again. Exactly. Not going to win. Dustin, thanks for the $5 super chat. All right, going to need to count on a lot of rookies / young players in the trenches next year. Expect growing pains, especially on defense. Patience next year. I can't disagree with that. I mean, the thing is, hopefully, that McKinley Jackson and Chris Jenkins can take that step, and hopefully Miles Murphy takes that step. That's a big one too. Parker, where are you at on Miles Murphy? Do you think I still think he can take that step. I do. Where are you at on Miles Murphy?
I mean, he looked like one of the best pass rushers in the room. If you look at just the data that's available, and so it's just about increasing volume and see if the production increases with it, or if it was just kind of putting him in ideal spots, ideal situations to be a rusher, or if it's him doing it himself. So I think all of these defensive line guys, I've been saying for years, they need a defensive line room that's got a lot more variability, a lot more rotation, a lot more. It's not necessarily, you don't have to platoon, you don't have to do like the Georgia Bulldogs like hockey rotations on defense.
Just keep guys fresh.
You need to have more packages. You need to have more, be able to get your specialists out there when you need to, be able to have scenarios where you can get the right players in and not just count on 4 guys, 5 guys to carry you for the course. the majority of the season because, again, like you said, keep guys fresh, but keep guys healthy. If you got guys they're on the field less, you're going to have less. I'm not saying that they're going to stay healthier naturally, but you should have less opportunity to get hurt if you're being rotated at a higher rate and you're able to get better reps. I mean, if Trey Hendrickson's doing this as one of the snap leaders in the league, what's he going to do if you're only putting him in there on in half of those? And so he's playing that much more fresh and he's able to get there in maybe those late game situations opposed to burning himself out early on in the game. Like, imagine what those numbers are going to look like if you allow him that opportunity, but they just haven't so far. And so that's why I need to see. I mean, go ahead.
No, you got a point. I've never played an NFL snap, and I've never suffered an ACL injury.
Wait, you haven't?
Yeah,
I'm completely healthy.
Your body? I can't believe you're not. Good.
It's a volume game. But yeah, no, I like what McKinley was doing. I like Chris Jenkins. We kind of had an up and down year, but also had an up and down year health wise.
McKinley was hurt. I mean,
I think they can both come into their sophomore years and have a good run. I think if you let them just get in there and work, and I think BJ Hill's a guy that no one really talks about right now, but what kind of his future looks like, how long that looks like it's going to be for. But you got to get guys behind him. He's really the only guy in that room right now outside of the two guys that were rookies last year that we can rely on consistently. And again, they both had injury issues too. So they just got to – that's why I keep saying you got to turn it over. It's not that I have anything against any player in that room right now, but you got to get guys in there that are either younger or have a good workout routine so they can keep themselves healthy. Because right now the room where the talent can't stay healthy. And then outside of that, it's just limited talent-wise. So you got to try and find a way to bridge that gap.
Yeah, and I'd like also to bring Joseph Osai back because even though he's a Mulligana guy, that's what scares me that he won't come back. The other thing scares me, he'll go somewhere and he'll be healthy and he's gonna do what we thought he was gonna do. Chop here, and he's right because I think I was there. He says, "Swear you attempted the field goal at Paycor there, Cap." It was an epic fail. Yeah, I think it had something to do with the holder. The holder messed it up for you.
Shane Graham gave me some tips, so that next one's going to be fire.
There you go. Paul. So he said something about Christopher. He said he's not Miles Murray fan. He said Miles Murray doesn't play with any violence. The thing is, he gets pressure on the quarterback. He just doesn't get him down. That's kind of reminds me of Carl Walker.
Does Trey play with violence? I feel like he's so quick.
So they're both finesse guys. They don't really have a power rusher in the room.
So it'd be great to add, but I think Murphy can do well on that line with Trey. It's just we also need a guy like a DJ Reader who can push the
Don't bring that up. We should have just kept him. I missed DJ.
Yeah, we should have kept him.
That was my favorite defensive player. Why you got to bring up sad memories from me, Cap? God. Christian says we got to draft at least 2 defensive linemen. I don't disagree with that. I mean, which it doesn't necessarily mean first and second round. It could be first and third round too. But I think in the first 3 rounds, it's going to be trenches, either all defense linemen or defense linemen and offense linemen. I mean, I don't disagree with that. Do you guys?
I mean, 2 D-line and a guard, that's half your picks. So now you got to start picking and choosing what you're doing with the other 3.
Yeah. Which aren't, like you said, aren't as quality of picks there. That's where they're going to have to really do their homework to try to figure out who to get there and what to get there. Because, I mean, you could go linebacker. I mean, you could go running back. You could go safety. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go there. So that's what's going to be interesting. I think the first 3 picks are going to be trenches. For me, it's after that. What are they going to draft then? That's where I think it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. All right.
First 3 rounds for me. If you give me guys that can contribute day one, defensive line and offensive line, those first 3 rounds, I don't care. All we need after that, right there, which, by the way, Fanatic, I thought I was buying a football card, a regular card.
Big-ass card.
It looks like it.
I didn't realize. Yeah. Eminent. Fanatics.
I need to come to your house sometime to see your card collection. I'll be completely jealous. Hey, speaking of the draft guys, which Cap of you and Hubei are able to come. I know, Parker, you're too far away, but I'll be doing a draft show at MLT's. It's going to be me and the boys that are usually with me on my remotes. You got Neil, Joe, and Harrison are going to join. Hopefully, maybe I get Kappa who made it show up. Be down there. MLT is doing podcast for first hours, and afterwards we'll do some Bengals trivia and watch the Bengals who they draft. And also, then don't forget about Project Game Day. They're selling it's $30 for ticket. It's April 25th, 6 p.m. to 11. You can Venmo them at Project Game Day, projectgameday.gmail.com or gmail.com. You can go there. I already got my tickets. I'm going to be there, and I got my shoulder warmed up. I'm gonna. It's not cornhole, but I'm planning on dominating and falling there. Have you?
I cannot make it. We will be announcing a pick at the NFL draft.
When did this happen?
Fan of the year.
I know. Just kidding. I actually.
Which pick do you get? That's the question.
No idea. They'll
we
probably
gotta try
us late.
And how
you gotta try and predict your pick.
Yeah. And how excited are you going to be to do that? I mean, are you going to do a video?
Draft's a blast.
You need to do a video of like the backstage stuff and just put it together. And let everybody know. See what you get to do. I
might be able to do that. I've been thinking. I don't know if I want to post the video that I had on the field in the Super Bowl because I wasn't supposed to have video on the field in the Super Bowl.
Send it to me. I'll post it. I'm like, I don't know where I got this from. Just some anonymous fan of mine put it out there.
But yeah, I've got some plans to have fun. But yeah, it's a good time because you're usually around the best of the best fans. And I don't mean that you're the best fan because, you're there. It's you're the toxic fans usually I've never really seen beg to go to the draft. They're usually in their mom's basement, trolling on Twitter. They don't go and hang out with other fans. Whereas there are a ton of fans hanging out, having a good time with opposing fans. So it's always a blast.
Are you going to be in the inner circle too, or are you going to be somewhere else?
It's a combination of. We'll be. They could do it differently every year. I know, for example, Houday Baby, he was on stage for Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I know. He got a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Well, he didn't pick him. His pick unfortunately got cut.
Oh, it did?
So, yeah.
Oh, I thought he got to pick it. I forgot that.
No, he didn't announce Jamar, but he was on stage for Jamar.
That's still pretty cool.
Got to dab him up, and then
that might be even better. But one thing,
first round. So we'll probably if it was that whole that process, we would be on stage for a little bit, and then we'd be in the pit, inner circle a little bit, and then we'd be on stage to pick, announce the pick. And honestly, there's nothing funny to say. I don't have a cool, coin flip thing.
Yes, are you going to do better than the legend? I had his name, not. Huh?
Amrine. Phil Amrine. Can't touch Phil Amrine.
I don't think anybody will ever beat that. Phil was awesome.
Nope. And if you know Phil and you know his attitude and you know his personality.
Even though I forgot Phil's name, I'm about to talk about him. I love that dude.
Hey, we're getting old, man. We got football knowledge. We got everything except what we need right in front of us.
You know what? If I could just get rid of work stuff and just have football knowledge, it'd be great. The work stuff jumps in there sometimes, and I'm like, no, get out. I'm doing the podcast now. Gotta think about that. All right, Dustin here. Parker, where would you be willing to draft, or where would you be willing to take Darius Robinson? Do you think he makes it to 49?
Alexander or Robinson? Darius Robinson, DN last year. Don't know if Darius Robinson this year. Yeah. Darius Alexander out of Toledo, though. I don't think he makes it to 49 if that's the guy we're talking about. But he's just out of the range, right? Because he's a guy that's he's not good enough to be like a 17 guy. You kind of want him in the later 20s or the early 30s. He's kind of the range I'd like to grab him in. And that's where I think he goes. At the end of the day, I think is in the back end of the first, early second round. He's a guy you really just don't want these teams like, the Vikings, Eagles, Chiefs to grab where they allow their D-line to be flexible, because I've seen him play everything from head up on a center to wide 9, and he's done it effectively. He's got great explosiveness. Just one of my favorite prospects in the class. And so I just think you have to trade back for him, in my opinion, if you're the Bengals. I just think he slides to the back end of the first, hopefully to day 2, but I don't think he's going to make it to 49 now.
We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully the Bengals can get back to that. I wanted to bring this up earlier when we talked about rotation. I always remember the D-line we had when Zimmer was there. We had Jordan and Carl Lawson or not Carl Lawson. I see I'm getting old again. Can't think of people's names. The other outside edge guy we had that we traded to the Kansas City – or traded to – we traded Kansas City? He won a Super Bowl with Kansas City. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway. Dunlap. Thank you. If we get back to that, they had a rotation is my point to this whole thing that I'm stumbling over everything I'm trying to say. That was a rotation right there. And we kept guys fresh. And that's why that defensive line was so good. One, they were talented. Two, Zim can just rotate guys in and out. And that's what we hopefully can get back to. I don't know if you can do that in one draft, maybe one draft in a free agent. You can, but we'll have to wait and see. Parker, you've been on for 55 minutes. I appreciate it, brother. Tell everybody where they can find you. And don't worry, this guy right here, someday he's going to be on an NFL line coach. And then I told him he's got to remember all of us little guys when he gets up there.
We can only hope. You got to make the right friends at the right time to climb that ladder. Exactly. I fear. I'm approaching Duke Tobin's age when he was hired as the GM or the director of player personnel for the Bengals. So I'm way behind my track, but I still got time.
Hey, like I said, I'm 50 and I'm just doing a YouTube show for 7 years, so it'll grow eventually for you.
But go follow me on X at ParkerBlake60. I post everything I do there. I kind of hop in and out of different projects and working with different people, and I try to hop on shows when I can, when I find time. So just go there. I'll share everything I'm doing there. You'll be able to find everything. My DMs are always open. Hit me up with any questions you might have. You can post at me. You can message me. You can, just whatever you need. Find me on a show. Reach out in any way you can. I'd be greatly appreciative if you subscribe to me on X. That's where I post a lot of my, as I'm updating my draft boards. I do it year round. So as I update my positional boards, my big boards, I post all of that stuff and some clips all to my subscribers. I also do, kind of some of my other projects I do throughout the season that I kind of want to test out. All goes there. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just go find me on X.
That's awesome. That's a good reminder. I got to resubscribe. When I subscribe, he puts out some great stuff. I'm on a digital subscription hiatus, though. I
am too. It's funny enough.
I had to go through. I was getting $1 and $2 to death. I'm talking 100 different things a month. Twitch subscriptions, I forgot about. All the streaming service. I'm like, you know what? I'm starting back at 0, and I've got 4 more things to cancel, and then I can build back up.
And then we can get back in the mess.
Right. $1 or $2 for X for 1 or 2 people, 3 people, nothing. That's a cup of coffee a month.
Well, that's 10.
Well, what's 10? What's 12? 20? 25?
Yeah, a lot.
See, YouTube, now we get out of hand. And then
See, that's why everybody just come to Strawberry Ice, and I'll get everything for you for free. You just watch
the melting pot right there.
There you go. All right, Parker, I appreciate you, man. We'll get you back on again later on in the offseason, dude. And hope to see you at Paycor this year. You and that just gorgeous flowing hair.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, y'all take it easy. Thanks for having me on, brother.
All right, brother. See you, man. Thanks.
See you, brother.
See y'all.
Oops. I got rid of the wrong person.
No, you got rid of the right person. You should have kept Parker on.
I was like, bye, Parker. And
he actually had some great contributions this time. I sat here and made jokes.
You're just there for the eye candy. That's what I tell you.
I don't know about that, but no, I can't get out of that mindset. It's like it's kind of refreshing for me because I don't jump from the football season into, all right, let's do a whole bunch of research, because I'm sorry, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of research and find the perfect answer and no one listen to me. That is I do that at work sometime. That is the most irritating thing in my life. I am not doing that at work all day and then doing that on social media for fun.
Nobody listen to you.
Holy cow. I mean, I'm getting chippy at work. I am getting chippy and it's working. I'm the guy in the meeting yeah, I said that last week. Yeah, I said that 2 weeks ago. Yeah, just like I said before. Oh, dude,
Well,
it's
it's like when I get in arguments with different people, but not arguments, discussions at work or different things like that. You know how people talk and they just keep talking, and then you're trying to answer them, and then they keep, well, what should you do this? I'm like, I literally just said that in the same conversation. Like, stop talking and listen to what I'm saying.
Augie
I'm
says,
always
"Cap,
right.
so humble." Like, hey, at work, I literally have expert in my title. I am absolutely an expert. I earned that expert fit. But yeah, it's good to kick back and chill. And there's so many people that do great work.
Oh yeah, so I get them all
Dale,
on my
Bengals
show.
Brews, Goodberry, Parker, Gridiron on X. Like, there's so many accounts that do such amazing things. And I could just sit there and a couple things that Parker mentioned. I just look them up real quick and try to decide how I feel about that. And I'll tell you, Nolan, I couldn't find anything specific about the character concerns.
That's see that I'm
Maybe
glad. So that's what I've sort of tried to find. Everybody keeps talking about that. I'm like, what are they? I have not seen anything on them. Which, I mean, there's something there. I just don't know what. And so, and the thing is, some of the comps that I've heard is pretty good. It's again, I'm trying to start talking about somebody, and I cannot think of their name. But he's the defense lineman for the Rams that beat us in the Super Bowl. The interior guy. That's who Nolan is compared to.
really.
Yeah, that's what
You-
some of the comps were that people said.
Holy. Okay. So we took a risk on offense. All right, and that is whatever.
Yeah,
Defense
Aaron
is
Donald.
a
Thank
different
you,
side of the
Tom.
ball.
Aaron Donald.
Defense is a different side of the ball. That doesn't count. We can do that on defense. Yeah. So there's a few character concerns, and yeah. Defense. Okay, do it. Great. Oh yeah, draft. That's a good point, Christopher. People, other agents trying to, stir the pot and get their guy drafted instead. Man, that it's all, there's so much drama and politics and shady
That's
stuff
what's
going
so
on.
good about the combine. And the
The
more
Bengals met with him though, right?
Yes, the Bengals met with him. And that's the thing is it's more important to the Bengals to any NFL team to talk to them, get them face down, face down, sit down, face to face with them. Yeah, don't put a face down. That would be
I feel like that's a Corey Dillon.
That's not what I meant. Not a face down conversation, face to face conversation. And look them in their eyes. And
like, what the hell do I have to do to get drafted by the Bengals?
Put your face down. What is wrong with me?
Oh, I had to bend over backwards for no.
Literally.
Hey, I say, unless it is obvious, but that's the thing. It's like, what can you ask during an interview? What can you ask a coach that you're going to find out somebody's going to have problems getting evicted from two places?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really tough. But apparently, a lot of coaches. But there's been some. I thought I read some stability as of late. As long as his work ethic is there, if they can trust his work ethic, I say if he's there, make him the pick. And then that is a huge piece on that line that instantly improves the rest of the defense. And it sounds like a guy that can contribute day one.
I mean, dude,
if
his comps are Aaron Donald, I mean that's Geno Atkins, dude.
If they grab him first round and they can trust it, then I don't give a trade future picks to get more picks, maybe to move up and get, the very top end of the second round, a guard that you want.
Yeah.
Make it happen, because again, we go all in this year, we're going to win.
I mean,
because I already put him away, but Joe Burrow.
If they hit three guys, if they hit on an interior guy, say Nolan's the interior guy, and then they get or Grant, like he's a good one too, or an edge, and they get a guard and it's sign a guard. That's gonna be a hell of an, just those moves alone right there is gonna be a hell of an offseason, along with signing T, Jamar, Trey, and Mike G. They get all that done, dude. Because the thing is, I keep saying this, we don't need. I mean, I know, like Dustin Croft said, completely flip over to defense. We don't need a top 10 defense. I said this a million times on here. And I think Jeremy Rao from Fox 19 said this on my show. I think the Bengals were like 16th when we went to the Super Bowl. If we can get back to that, a 16th ranked defense, and like Dave Lapp said last week, that's right in the middle. If we get back to that, we're going to be fine. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that's what we're striving for, but we got so far to go. If we get back up to that, you know, we're going to be good and just keep – and that right there alone will be good enough to get us to win a Super Bowl because we damn near won it 3 years ago.
Give me an average offensive line and an average defense, and they three-peat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact.
Exactly. Kevin, it was awesome seeing you too, dude. I got to see Kevin at the outdoor game. He caught me.
I could not make it. I was jealous, but that looked like fun.
Oh, it was a blast. I was so cold. Like that was the cold. Like I said, that or the Kansas City game in the AFC Championship because I was sitting so high up. I usually sit a little lower, and I was so freaking cold. But it was so much daggone fun. If you guys ever get a chance, like I said, to go to an outdoor game for hockey, it is well worth it. Cap, on that note, I think I want to get the hell out of here. You got any words of wisdom you want to leave Houday Nation before we end this thing?
Not at all. Hey, just keep thinking positive, hope for the best. You know, may the football gods give our front office strength to pick the absolute best player at every single position. But we got time. We got time to discuss it and debate it. I'm feeling good. I'm always feeling good though.
Feeling good and hungry. I think it's Skyline time.
Hell yeah! Oh man, the National Chili Day was amazing.
I had Skyline earlier today. I didn't get it on the National Chili Day. I got it the day before, but yeah, it's still good. It's still delicious. Skyline, you want to sponsor my podcast? Just let me know. Cat, appreciate it, brother. Houday.
Yes, sir. Chad, love y'all. You guys are the best.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Cap is awesome. Him and Houday are going to get to go to the draft and make a draft pick, which is awesome. I'm very happy for them. Also, a little jealous. I want to be able to do that. That'd be fun. But yeah, it's all right. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And shout out to my sponsors of the show. They are as followed: Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you got some leaves that are in your flower beds that you want to get rid of right now, or springtime's coming up, you want your flower beds mulched early, or you got a paper patio or something you want to get done, or you just don't want to cut your grass anymore, give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You can also go follow them on Facebook. Also, shout out to T Properties. You guys are in the market for a rental property, a house, condo, apartment, or you got a rental property you just don't want to manage anymore. Give T Properties a shot. Check them out at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And shout out to my West Side peeps. Hail Marys, your ticket to the game, right there in the heart of Cheviot. Big ass TV screen, food trucks, beer specials, free parking. It's an awesome, awesome place. Again, that's Hail Marys, your ticket to the game. And don't forget about Meyer Windows and Doors. I got it on my house. I highly recommend getting yours. They are energy efficient, quality windows, easy to clean, great looking windows. You can check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. And I said this earlier today on the show, but I am doing a draft party at MLT's the first night of the draft. We're probably going to start probably about 7:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there. The podcast is going to go for an hour, but we will be there all night, having a great time doing some Bengals trivia. There will be some prizes there you guys can win. I'm trying to work on getting some other maybe current or former Bengals there. Still working on it. But if not, you guys just come out and drink some beer, have some fun. Then get rested up, because the next day what you need to do is go to Project Game Day. It's going to be at the Fulling Warehouse in Cincinnati, 6 p.m. to $11, tickets per person. Fulling event. Midwest Best Barbecue is going to be there. You can Venmo, do use Venmo at Project Game Day. PayPal, projectgameday@gmail.com. I got my tickets. Me and Maddie Myers are going to be there. I heard there's going to be maybe some current Bengals there at theirs. Who knows? Either way, between us and me and Project Game Day, we got your events covered for the draft weekend. So make sure you guys come out. And Project Game Day, theirs also goes to veterans and people who can't get the Bengals games. So make sure you guys support their cause. They're an awesome bunch of guys. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I got Raz back on tomorrow. Matt Baum. We're going to talk more about the Combine and how a lot of the guys did in the Combine and hopefully what that means for the Bengals. And just remember, people don't think the Combine and all that stuff adds up. Like it does to find out how athletic these guys are. Raz matters. It does. I mean, I am not an analytics guy per se, but I do believe that if you draft some of the more athletic guys, you're going to get a good pick. So join me live tomorrow. We'll have a great show. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Who Day for life. Throw it up. And that's your sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry icy's on the mic, energy, it's good lights. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV